I'm back for a live stream. Gonna be doing some art today. Every year I do pictures for Halloween. Um, Usually I pick a theme and I draw one of my characters and some friends' characters in costumes associated with that theme. And this year I decided to go with Steven Universe characters. I've drawn a few already and I've colored maybe half of them or so. Um, and I might do some more, and then also need to shade all those. But tonight I'll be working on my Wolski dressed as Pearl, so gonna have some fun with that. Because I think Pearl's my favorite character. She's certainly the character I relate to the most. So I thought drawing my Wolski as dressed as her would be quite appropriate. So yeah, we'll be going through the line art and seeing how far ahead we get with this. And I really hope you all enjoy. Now, and feel free to chime in the chat. Always happy to hear from all of you. All right. So with these, I've been starting usually. Well, like I kind of always do, start from the head and work my way down. No Halloween's coming up, so I'm trying to see if I can manage a gaming stream with some kind of spooky game or Halloweeny game. Um, yeah, I have a couple in mind. One in particular. I don't want to say what it is, so in case it doesn't work out, I won't be like, oh, because that happens a lot. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. I might play it a couple nights too, not just on Saturday, if I can manage. There's a game I want to see if I can play through this. Because one idea I have is a game that I should be able to knock out in a stream or two, depending. Also depends on how badly I shouldn't word it quite like that. Glass half full, after all. Also depends on how well I can play through the game. I've seen it stream, so I know how long it lasts. That's for one example. And yeah, seeing what else there is. I'm so lazy with games. I know Soul Calibur 6 came out and has gotten pretty good reviews, but I just haven't made the commitment yet to buy it. There's other stuff coming out, like just next month there's Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee. So I haven't made my decision quite yet on which of those two I want. There's Pokemon Go, supposedly Pokemon Go integration. And I saw a trailer for a really odd feature where it's like be a master trainer where you fight trainers that use one specific Pokemon and you have to face them with that same Pokemon and to see who wins. It's curious. I'm just not sure how interesting that is because mostly you just, hope you can get something that has good type coverage. And most likely, depending on the difficulty of the opponent, then they'd have something with decent type coverage too. Like, I mean, for example, you end up going up against a Charizard that knows Solar Beam. No, that's not good. I think Charizard can learn Rock Slide. I think there's a Rock type move I'm pretty sure Charizard can learn. I might be wrong, and they changed the moveset. But again, something like that where like you just go against with a Pokemon. Like you just have like your one Pokemon has an effective move against its own type, and that's kind of one way to play it. It's also specifically you go in these fights, you can't use any items. It's typically against AI, it looks like, so you can't use any healing items or probably any held items either. So just really the Pokemon you have and the moves it's learned, and go at it. Again, a little cute little aside, I guess, in the game as a kind of a challenge for yourself, but I don't know if it needed its own trailer. It just seemed kind of a very minor thing you can do. Not nearly as pointless as Sky Battles, which appeared in just X and Y and not after that because people really didn't care. And again, that just limited the kind of Pokemon you could use, and in pretty arbitrary ways as well. Like some Pokemon that couldn't, like I don't, well, like some Pokemon that had Levitate could participate and others couldn't. Or oh, another weird one was Pokemon that clearly did have wings, like Venomoth or Beedrill. I don't think could have participated in Sky Battles, even though they're shown flying in their animation. Um, I think that's the case. I just remember Sky Battles being really dumb. Like you had to have a Pokemon that could fly or float, and otherwise it just couldn't face whoever that was. Um, Not that they were usually tough battles. It's usually the person you faced had one Pokemon, because that's how a lot of basic NPCs in the game worked, and still kind of do a lot of. And like most NPCs, just have one or two Pokemon, and the harder ones have maybe three or four. Like you'll only ever go against a six Pokemon team if you're facing the champion, or final boss at the end, or bonus bosses. Even Elite Four just have, depending on the game, 4 or 5. Usually 5, but I know in Gen 5 and 6 it was just 4. But usually it's 5. And then the villain team bosses, usually at least have 4. No, well, that's not true. Well, it is true now. I'm thinking back to Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald, where it was that they just had 3, but in the remakes they do have 4 now. But yeah, I still want to get Soul Calibur 6. It's just, ugh. All the DLC they announced for it and the season pass, where some characters you can only get with DLC, even characters that have been in the game since. Wait, the big example I know that was a DLC character is Tira, who's been in the roster since Soul Calibur 3. So having her be a DLC character just sounds so dumb to me. So that's why I was like really hesitant to get the game. I still kind of am, because I want to get all the character creation bits I want. But again, I want to make sure it's a game I'll really enjoy, because, like I said, I've been burned when it comes to some DLC packages where either the DLC wasn't that great or the game itself wasn't that great. The example of the DLC not being great was the Borderlands pre-sequel. An example of the game not being great was Halo 4. No, was it 4? Yeah, 4. I did not like Halo 4 at all. Sorry, not sorry. That was one of the nails in the coffin for me. And it grows to my fandom for the Halo franchise. And I have not looked back. Well, that's not true. Somewhat wistfully looked back, and also I have some really good friends who still like playing the game. So I did on my birthday actually last month play Halo 3 with them. We all just did for fun and the goofiness of it all. Yeah, and good memories too, because we played it way back in the day when that was the hot game. And I don't really know how big Halo is nowadays. I don't want to. Its peak is certainly. Well, I can't even say that now. I believe its peak is past. Like every game franchise kind of goes through its peaks. There's like the initial big one, and then nothing quite like it afterwards. That's often the case, but some kind of subvert that. Consistent perennials like Super Mario and Legend of Zelda tend to get many peaks. It seems. I just know like their Switch, like their Switch releases have been tops, absolutely. Probably like they're probably at, like peaks rivaling their N64 days at least. Because Odyssey and Breath of the Wild are fantastic. Played the heck out of both of them. Still haven't gotten the DLC for, well, I don't know if Odyssey has DLC, but I know Breath of the Wild has a few, and I haven't tried any. I'm thinking about it. It's a lot of investment, though. Not just the money, but time. Certainly the time, because that's a lot of game. A lot of fantastic games, so yes. It's a time well spent. I do need to invest in a new external capture device for gaming streams. I can play some Switch games. Just still be able to get around to that. Because my old one just is not working anymore. I still have PC games. Unfortunately, Soul Calibur 6 is on PC because I did not have an Xbox One or PS4. Not eager to get either, really. I might get my brother a basic Xbox One for Christmas because he really wants Red Dead Redemption 2, which I'm pretty sure is an Xbox One or Xbox One exclusive. But I might be wrong on that. How does that waistline look? Not great. I want to redo that line. So most of these Halloween pictures tend to be. I try to keep them surprises, but I do show some friends what I'm up to. So then anyone in the stream might see something I've done for them. Well, there you go. There's a chance there might be Steven Universe spoilers in this stream. Just my nature of me just drawing some characters that people, depending on how far they've gone in the series, might not have seen, like some of the diamonds. Because I did do the flat color for Blue Diamond today, and yesterday I finished the flat color for Pink. Well, yeah, another diamond. Let's say. I'll just flat out say spoiler Pink Diamond. Okay, spoiler over. Really, how I decide on Steven Universe characters for the series is it was sparked initially by the Pink Diamond reveal, and one friend's character. Well, he has two characters, and they fit very well for I think, for Pink Diamond and Rose Quartz. So I drew his two of his characters in those costumes. And if you watch the show and know about those two characters, and also watch read my friend's online comic, then you definitely get hopefully you might get the connection. Maybe I don't know, it makes sense in my head, so I thought it was cute, and I like how this pictures look that I came up with. But yeah, I always wanted to draw this his two characters as Rose Quartz and Pink Diamond. So, and that was back with the with the reveal in the show, and so I kind of been holding this idea since then. And then when I was coming up with an idea for a Halloween picture, I was like, "Ooh, I haven't drawn that yet." And then I thought of who else in the show I could draw. I've drawn quite a few people. Like the only human character I've actually drawn from the cast, like full human, is Connie. Like a character's dressed as her. Everyone else is dressed as a gem. Steven, so he's half gem. I might draw another friend's character as Greg Universe. I haven't decided yet, because I want to finish the ones in my initial list first. Then I'll see which extras I can do. But considering the time I have left, I might not have that much time. But I'm just trying to really power through the flat color on these and then do all the shading after. Oh, 2 weeks ago I saw Lady Gaga's new movie, the Stars, A Star Is Born, which is the third remake um, of the original movie from the 1930s or 40s, way back when, um, and I really liked it. I mean, of course, she sings phenomenally, and I bought the soundtrack the same day. Um, don't know if I have time for a video review. I thought I'd have it, but just how things are going with life, these art projects, work, and just this and that. I don't know if I'd have time for a full video review. It's kind of been out for a bit too, so I don't know. We'll see. But I did really enjoy the movie a lot. Um, and also I hadn't watched any of the previous versions of A Star Is Born, so I didn't have any frame of reference or anything to compare it to. So I came into this with just fresh eyes. And try not to have too much of a bias for my diamond. But dang, she lit up the screen. So radiant. And Bradley Cooper is really good because his character has like a huge addiction problem, and kudos to his acting and the makeup people on set, because when he was like when his character was drunk, you believe that character was so drunk. Just like he was just like with the heavy blush, sweating, his movements, it was. I was very impressed by how well he performed as a intoxicated person. I mean, sure, probably wasn't literally intoxicated while performing, but yeah, Bradley Cooper was really good, and Gaga was just so much fun to watch on screen. I haven't watched her in anything else. I don't watch American Horror Story. That's not my kind of show, and I heard Machete Kills was bad and she was not great. And then she was in what's it called, like Sin City 2 or something or other, and no one saw that. So, mm. But yeah, she's really good in A Star Is Born. One of my friends on Discord is watching, so I was answering one of his messages. He said he doesn't watch Steven Universe, but he is having fun watching the stream. I really had fun drawing these costumes, and I still need a lot more fun, a lot more practice with this art, particularly art style for the show. I haven't drawn much with that, but I love the show's art style. I love the show a lot. Let's see. I do a line art and flat color for Pearl, and I might be able to move on to Amethyst. I did Garnet art. Oh, I finished Garnet today too. I'll pull that up in a bit. I'm really trying to get these all done in time for Halloween. Should have quite a bit of time tomorrow. Though I would like to maybe at least attempt to do something for Pokemon Go's Community Day, because I really want a good Beldum to evolve into a Metagross. I think I might have I have a Wonder or two from eggs. Don't know for sure, but yeah. So I know I've hatched a few Beldum eggs. But who knows, maybe I'll find a shiny. Because shiny Metagross is amazing. I don't really care for most shiny. Well, I don't care for shiny. Well, shiny is always nice to have, but it's just the hunting for them in any game is just little. So when you get them, they're nice. But I really adore the look of shiny Metagross. I did get shiny Metagross from shiny Beldum from one of the promotions for Ruby and Sapphire. No, Alpha Ruby Omega Sapphire. Ooh, I need to look in. Oh man, I need to check. I forgot when that. There's one going on for that one legendary from Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I forgot what it's called. It's like that. Uh, There we go. Okay, I still have time, I think. Like, it's a new legendary that is pretty much them trying to do Lucario again, but as an electric type. That's just what it looks like from the design. I don't keep up with any of the promotions for the movies, which is what the legendaries get there. Legendaries are pretty much just made to promote the movies at this point and just get people excited for some kind of distribution events. I really don't care for most legendaries. There are only a few that I really, really like, and they're mostly for aesthetic reasons. Um, like my favorite legendaries in Pokemon are Entei for the looks, Ho-Oh because that was my first legendary ever, and also just kind of the legacy it has from the Pokemon anime. Also, I really like Articuno because that was my first Pokemon card legendary. I adore Shaman for the cuteness. And I think that's it when it comes to legendaries I really like. Everything else is just okay or just flat out dislike. I couldn't care less for the Lake Trio. I think most people don't like them anyway because they're pretty much the same Pokemon with a different hat on. Gosh, Gen 4 had way too many legendaries. They're rolling out Gen 4 steadily in Pokemon Go. You can get the starters and a couple of the early Pokemon in the decks. Like you can get Starly, Bidoof, and Kricketot. And a friend told me you could get Shinx too, but I think it might be a raid boss. I haven't seen that. Yeah, I've also I've seen the starters and those few early ones. Yeah, Gen 4 has way too many legendaries, and I really don't like most of them. Like the creation trios, And for me, the most noteworthy thing about the creation trio is that, people, like assuming that Giratina is a, like an analog to Satan or Lucifer, and the unfortunate decisions made in making Palkia's design. And you know what I mean. What's that? I'm not gonna explain it. Ugh, poor Palkia. Like, come on, someone at Game Freak had to have checked over that design, or they threw it in there for fun. They do a lot of like twisted things in some Pokemon games, so why not throw in a Pokemon that has a very noticeable design quirk? For me, just fairly noticeable, because initially I didn't notice it until it was brought up to me, and I was like, ooh, girl, that's not good. That's awkward. And it is Steel and Water type. Anyway, oh, I didn't give 2 scoops about the Ultra Beasts. Ugh, those were a gimmick that no one really talked about, I don't think. Like, they were like the new hotness in Sun and Moon, but I don't know if anyone's really brought them up since. I mean, they pretty much were just like legendaries of a different flavor in a lot of ways. At least to me, that's how they came across. They're very radically different designs, but I did kind of like the Fireworks Clown one. That was interesting to me. That's the reason I got Sun. Like, one of the reasons I got Ultra Sun. Though I still didn't, I haven't even bothered to catch it though in that game. Really should get back to that at some point. I really got lazy when it came to playing that again. I don't know why. I kind of also dropped Moon too. After I both cases after I beat the champion, I was like, I'm doing something else. I need to do this leg. Wait, did I do his tail? No, I didn't do his tail. I only did his tail. I've also been listening to quite a bit of Vocaloid music lately. Vocaloids, they're what best way to describe? I'm trying to see how best to describe them to people who don't know. But they're mascots for these character-wise. They're mascots for a audio program that has voice samples and they take all these voice samples and make vocal banks, and they create a character to be associated with these vocal banks. So it's like this is like Hatsune Miku, like these are all her voice clips, and these are all Rin and Lin's voice clips and such. And Hatsune Miku, the teal-haired one's definitely the most famous. Oddly enough, she's not the first Vocaloid ever made. Like there are I think two more before her. One was named, I think, Sweet Anne, and then the other one after that was a guy, and then Hatsune Miku. But Hatsune Miku is the one that became most famous. I'm not entirely sure why her surge in popularity happened among compared to the other Vocaloids. But she's famous to the point that people just assume call her Vocaloid, like the kind of like people calling some people calling Link Zelda. So I think that's the case for her in some circles. But I've just been listening to a lot of their music lately, which is I really like some Vocaloid songs, but they're just too many. They're just okay, or I can't even listen through them all the way. It mostly depends on how on the production of the song and how well the voices mix. Okay, I'm gonna make a very weird and not terribly sensitive analogy. Vocaloids to me are like I don't know if I should say this. Sometimes Vocaloid songs can be like nah, I probably shouldn't say. Okay, I'll hold off on that. But yeah, I mean the Vocaloid songs are just very hit or miss with me. Sometimes they're fun and groovy, and other times they're teeth grating garbage. I try not to remember the names of the bad ones. There's one there's one from there was a one of the girl twin Lynn's song that was her song was not good. What was it called? It wasn't I don't think it was really bad, but it was just really forgettable that I heard. It was called Sweet Magic. I didn't really like that one. Again, it's sometimes their songs can be really super super saccharine, and that was definitely one of them. And those can be kind of hard to swallow. But there's those storylines of the characters that are super brutal and violent. And there's one I read I didn't this is just an alleged thing, but I heard that there was a storyline with her told through some songs and animated somewhere, I think. Like called 13-Year-Old Killer, and it's like she's a serial killer who cuts off the arms of like the other Vocaloid characters and plants them in the ground like flowers or something. It's just like really twisted stuff, and I mean, and it's really like a harsh tonal shift after cutesy garbage, like cutesy crap like Sweet Magic and the Vegetable Juice song, and it's just like whoa. Vocaloid's gonna be hardcore, incidentally. That's another thing I've noticed when it comes to the fan art. Fan art or anything is like people had to have like really enjoy putting an edge to things that don't initially have them. I don't know why. I did do that back in the day, but I kind of grown out of that. Anyway, but back to Vocaloids. Apparently, also there were Toyota commercials that featured Hatsune Miku that the fan base didn't like. I still haven't seen those commercials, but I really want. I kind of want to now. Apparently, the commercials portray her as liking pigs in a blanket. Nothing wrong with that, I think. So. Also, I didn't know that. Okay, so she had This is something I read. I don't know if it's true or not. um, like she's famous for having like the leek. That leek vegetable thing. And that was taken from initially a meme from Bleach where Otohime was spinning one of those in an early episode. And then she kind of like then Hatsune Miku just usurped that meme somehow over time. Frig Bleach. Anyway, I'm actually kind of curious about watching some of Boruto though. Like I'm not interested at all watching Naruto again, just as I've had my fill. But Boruto, I want to at least at least take a look, and see what there is. I did try a few tastes of Dragon Ball Super, and it was fine. Now I'm just really kind of not much into Dragon Ball like I used to be. I adore those characters. It's fun to watch them do things. It's just when the fighting starts, and it just. I mean, that's the big draw of the show was all the fight scenes and stuff, but it's just. It gets old. Still has a fantastic legacy and some really great characters, but just. There's only so much of that hyper fast fighting I can watch before I get a bit fatigued from it. And all the padding. All the padding. Even in Dragon Ball Kai, they didn't get rid of all of it. Like they still kept some weird stuff with Bulma and Namek doing things. And it's just like we didn't need her to, they didn't need to carry over the Captain Ginyu Frog thing. That was just a straight up filler like in the initial run, and that wasn't necessary at all because it was established he had that body swap power. So when he just demonstrated again when he came back in Dragon Ball Super and Resurrection F, then we got it already. Like we know he can do that. We didn't need to have that additional like filler maintained in Kai of him using that on Bulma or whatever. Because I think that was carried over. Now it's been a while since I looked. Just so much in Dragon Ball. It's just. It's great. Like there's a lot of great stuff to like about it. I really do like the characters for the most part. Oh, well, got the line art done pretty quickly. Because I wasn't too distracted, that's why. Alright. Oh, those fingers. I'm so bad with hands. So I'm pretty sure they maintained that frog filler thing from the original run of Dragon Ball Z and into Kai. I might be misremembering. I still don't understand why they needed to bring back Emperor Pilaf and his two cronies as semi-regular characters in Dragon Ball Super. That's still a baffling choice to me. Not that I don't like those characters, but they were very much into like they were part of uh, the original Dragon Ball's tone, and they just didn't really. Because I don't think they ever appeared in Dragon Ball Z at all. I think the only contribution I know they have in Dragon Ball Super is that um, May, who it's established that they're, I don't know how exactly. I just know that they were adults in Dragon Ball, but in Dragon Ball Super they're children, and they were turned into children, but I don't know how. Um, but they have, I know at least May is, so they're grown people in children's bodies. So May is a grown woman in a child's body, and she's using that to her advantage in flirting with Trunks, who is a child. So a grown woman in a child's body is flirting with a child, and in one timeline they become love interests with, I think, that same dynamic intact, more or less, or whatever. I don't know. It just, but at least in the main timeline, that is the case where a grown woman is flirting with a child, just that grown woman happens to be a child herself, not mentally, but physically. I find that odd. But at the same time, I don't care that much. Alright. I really don't watch much of the show, so. It's just a lot of the same things, and also I haven't heard many people talk highly of the villains in that series. At least the initial villains. Especially because in the first few arcs were just them redoing the move, like we're doing the Battle of Gods movie and the Resurrection F movie, just with worse pacing. And I think also worse characterizations for Beerus and Frieza, particularly Beerus, who was really well received in like his movie in Battle of Gods, but I don't think he received as much of a warm welcome when they redid that storyline for Super. But I thought that was like a super lazy move, is then for their new series to just remake movies that were suddenly shot into not that same continuity because they want to remake those storylines, even though the storylines were fine, and not changed at all really into this new adaptation. It's just super bizarre to me, that line of thinking. I mean, just because they don't want people to have to watch the movies to know what's going on. I don't know, but just I can understand why people were not happy those first two seasons. I mean, I'm not happy just like saying, like just describing them that way. How it just sounds super lazy to go about the like starting off the series that way. But I hear it gets a lot better. Um, but nah, because I gotta do some flat color right now. Wolfsky has white fur. Ooh, I forgot to get a reference for his other colors. Might pull up something. Ooh, wait, that was down with me. Oh, also last weekend. Ooh, I forgot to add another spike to his fur along the tail. Yeah, I'll need to do that. Anyway, last weekend I visited a friend for his birthday. He and his roommate were they had both had October birthdays, so they had a party at the same time. I guess my friend's actual birthday was yesterday, but he celebrated it last Saturday, and they had a party, and it was so much fun. For the party, as their gift, I got them Super Mario Party, so we played that, which is a lot of fun. We also they invited like some other people, and also I baked for the first time I baked macarons solo. Like I baked them before, um, but it was like a team effort between me and my brother's girlfriend, but this time I made them by myself, and they turned out pretty well, I think. They turned out like they were supposed to, and they were quite delicious, I think. My friends really liked them, and they were vanilla macarons with raspberry filling. The macaron cookies, like the top and bottom parts, came out very well. I did have to make the raspberry filling twice. First time because I didn't have the right butter. The recipe called for unsalted butter, but I only had salted butter, and I didn't know it would make that much of a difference, but it made a very noticeable difference when I finally made the buttercream filling, and it tasted salty. So I had to get the right kind of salt. After that, they turned out fantastically, and now I also know how to make buttercream frosting, at least raspberry buttercream frosting. Also like this costume better than Pearl's first costume, where she had that like the sheer like the sheer fabric over the bust, like above the bust, I should say, not over the bust. It was a lot more ballerina like. Alright. Ooh, need to get her hair color. Now I need to make the star. Stars are hard to get just right. And add that extra bit to his tail. Whoops. Also, working with a not correctly functioning mouse, like the left click is sticking. Oop. I need to get a new one. I think I'm getting a nice gaming mouse, perhaps. Ooh, that's a rough edge there. clean up some of these lines and fill in some bits that didn't get colored. Oops. Alright. Sorry, checking someone just a moment. Yeah. And then gotta get that peach gleam on the edge. Ooh, that's not right. Okay. It's in the wrong layer. There we go. The pearl gleam. Oh, let me get a smaller brush for this. Alright. Now I can do eyes and other details. I also took pictures of my macarons and put them on Instagram. Forgot to mention that. I took a couple pictures from the party too. We had pumpkin spice cake, because my best friend loves pumpkin spice. Funnily enough, his girlfriend does not like pumpkin spice that much, and she gets comedically exasperated about um, his love for it. They're a fun couple. I adore them together. I had to be careful the size of the pearl and the size of my character's forehead because he couldn't do the hairline quite like Pearl because he's supposed to still have his hair and this is supposed to be a wig. So, oh wait, that's amethyst, pearl. Okay. I think I'd keep their eye. I'm gonna keep their eye colors the same as the actual. Uh, the characters in the costumes are the same eye color they normally do. They wouldn't have like the exotic eyes, like the diamonds. Mm. And I'm gonna do the eyes. I think I might be too big of a brush. Ooh. It's been a really busy fall for me. All the artwork, all the stuff going on at work. Had a lot to deal with. I had to travel last weekend for the birthday party. Making this too lumpy. Ah. I'm having so much trouble with these eyes. Maybe because of the way they're angled. Let's see how those eyes look. Oh boy, that's not great. Okay. This one's too big now. chatting a bit here and there with a friend that's on Discord, but he doesn't have a account on Twitch, so I need to balance that a bit. He was just saying he stepped away for a moment. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. Maybe that part in the black is too far that way. Ooh, not that. Okay, have it. Oh, I forgot it. No wonder it looks so off to me. I didn't have a bit of shine that I needed. Ooh, wrong layer. Kind of interesting trying to compromise between the style of the style of the show and my own art style in these costumes. So when it comes to handling the shading, because with some of these I had to shade the hair. Let me just pull up the rose quartz and pink diamond one, so as an example, because I was looking at the picture and I thought, without any kind of shading and just like the flat color, and I thought, yeah, this looks good. But then I kind of, looked at the references and they had shading in the hair and that made them pop a lot more. And then, so I added that in for the hair at least. And then the rest was lacking. So now that's how I decided to do shading for all of them. Now I'm trying to balance the shading for the hair as well as the shading for the outfit. And I might have to do like the harder line shading instead of like the softer edge shell shading I'm used to keep it consistent. So that's a thing on what to do about that. But again, I want to get these all colored first and then handle the shading. That's rose quartz and pink diamond, so looking forward to having those finished. I really hope my friends enjoy these. Ooh, wrong layer, wrong layer. Ugh. Alright. Alright, so that's the flat color for Pearl. And still not finished with the tail, I think. I don't like how too jagged and small it looks at certain bits. Let me fix this tail. Like, it looks too thin. Tail looks a bit better. I might come back to it. I think that's good for the flat color there for now. Now, let's see how far I can get with amethysts. Oh, I also pull up garnet just so you guys can see. Garnet. My friend's Big Bear character's dressed as a garnet. That's like something weird on the neckline there. Alright. Yeah. Again, with the shading in the hair, I kind of need to add some of the shading elsewhere to kind of make it look consistent. Alright. Get that. So I'm going to go through the line art and see if I can get to any coloring. Also for them I wanted to go with their most recent outfits, so that's why Amethyst is going to have the white top. Ooh. What's this supposed to look? Amethysts and the quartz gems have very fun hair to draw. One of the characters I'm drawing in a costume is well, I'm drawing someone dressed as Jasper. Another quartz of wild hair. That one should be fun. Okay, sorry. Whoop. Did it all? Whew. Gotten pretty quiet. Huh. Ugh, starting to feel a strain in my wrist. Hang on a moment. Ugh, starting to feel a bit of energy slipping tonight. And I'll see if I can get a second wind to keep going. Maybe push this stream to the 2 hour mark at least. So I'm going to try to get this line art close to done. I'm really hoping to have a good fall season. So much stuff going on. So many games coming out. Good new games and old games still haven't played yet. Ugh. So many sketches drawn that I haven't finished, and just all this other stuff. Hmm. Okay, have the legs next. Alright, great. Last bit of the hair. Or that's the tail. Not sure. Need to look. I think it's the hair. I like the reference. Can you see it? This patches here for the stars are cutouts or fabric. Okay, it's a fabric. For this outfit it is. Alright. Same color as the boots. Good. boy. That's still black. Alright. One more leg. Ooh, touch bit of hair. Missed. Ooh, we're at the cuff of the boot. Oh, I need to do the stars for the pants. Oh, feeling my back too. I need to find a reference for the character I'm drawing. good place to stop for tonight. Well, okay, I'm already gone. Maybe at least get the outfit color on there. How long has this stream been going for? Okay. Hour 55 minutes. Or 57 minutes. And let me at least get a little color here. Well. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to draw his ears. Yeah, I forgot to sketch those. Okay, well, I'll add those in later. Ugh, can't believe I just noticed that now. I've been working on these a lot. Oh boy. I actually didn't think. Oh, I forgot to get a gem. Alright. Purple here. I knew something was off when I was working on the hair, and I was looking back and I was like, he looks very similar. Like there's something wrong with the head, so yeah, I need to draw on his ears after this. Off stream though. Alright, I think that's a good place to stop now. Oh. And we're to 2 hours. Great. Really want to thank everyone for watching. Had a really good time. I really hope I can get these all finished in time for Halloween and maybe a few more. Possibly. You can follow me on Twitter at GamingGenji and also Tumblr as well and DeviantArt for art posts and see what I've done so far. And yeah, subscribe to the YouTube channel and Twitch page, Gaming Genji on both. I want to thank everyone for watching live or on YouTube or Twitch later. Yeah, I hope everyone has a great weekend. I'll see you all next time.